All right, good morning, guys. What's everybody else looking at? I'm seeing PETX. All right, good morning, guys. Sorry for the echo. All right. There we go. All right. AMD is pretty volatile this morning. I don't know. We'll see what RBZ does. PETX looks interesting. It's gapping up some, but the volume overall is pretty low today, guys. The volume overall is pretty low, at least from what I see. Um, Not seeing a lot of action here. There's a few to watch, but not a. I'll probably be watching Ford. Ford doesn't look bad. Snap is at least somewhat volatile. And so we'll try to find a few to trade, but if not, no worries either. I'm just not seeing too much I really like. I don't know what RBZ is going to do today. I don't know. I don't know what this one's going to do. All right, well, we got two ways. News drop. U.S. stock futures were lower this morning after the Dow and the S&P 500 saw marginal losses in Thursday's session. The S&P 5 posted its first two-session losing streak in a month, while the Dow saw its second straight negative session. The Nasdaq did outperform, posting an all-time intraday high, but failed to close at a new record. So the overall market, we're getting some action here, but had slightly losing day, basically break-even day yesterday. And these are the days that are really tough, and they're one of the reasons why you got to be a little bit safer when the SPY isn't super volatile, because that kind of drags most of these other stocks we trade down. The SPY sitting at 292.11. The all-time highs is, I think it's 293.90s. Yeah, 293.94 is the all-time high on the SPY. And so I'm still watching that level to see if we can ever hit it. SPY continues to drop. RBZ almost gave all of it. RBZ almost gave up all of its gains moments ago, but it seemed to get support at 750. That's Pat. Yeah, for sure. I mean, 750, it's a $0.50 support level. PETX, animal health giant Elanco to acquire Aratana Therapeutics, which is PETX. Float of 40 million for PETX, and this one's up some. We'll watch it to see if it moves some. RBZ announced exercise over allotment option, float of 1.1 million, so a tiny float for RBZ. We also have ELAN, which is gapping down some, but Elanco announced an agreement to acquire Aratana Therapeutics. So this is the other partner in the PETX movement. They completed their oncology development agreement with Vet DC, which created specialty veterinary business focus, float of 365 million. We also have VLRX that looks interesting. VLRX penny stock, but it's moving some. But yeah, definitely a slow day today, guys. Definitely a very slow day. And so I think that today's one of those days where you need to protect your account a little bit. It's definitely a little bit slower at the moment. And so just guard your account. That's the best you can do. TST 10 to reverse split, 10 to 1 reverse split, or 1 to 10 reverse split, sorry. So we'll see what we get. I'm watching the cannabis stocks like I typically do. ACB, CRON. RBZ, PETX. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm watching AMD. AMD's kind of volatile this morning. I thought I was in AMD. Maybe I wasn't. I don't know. What's everybody else's main watch aside from RBZ and PETX? I mean, there's some higher cap stocks. Like I might watch Ford. Like I said, Ford maybe. I mean, Ford's gapping up some. And so I'll probably keep an eye on Ford just to see what it does here. But nothing gets me super excited today. AKTX pop. Yeah, AKTX starting to pick up some volume here, running up some. We'll see where that one goes now. No, I didn't. Let me look that up really quick. I'll be right back, guys, and then I'll look the Ford news up. Okay, so with Ford, there's an investigation into their emissions. Interesting. Here, let me Ford did report stronger than expected earnings, though, and that's why it's gapping up, is stronger than expected earnings. We'll see if that investigation affects it. But as for now, it's just stronger than expected earnings for Ford. Let me see. That's all I really see for Ford right now. Is earnings, because earnings came out yesterday. Yeah, man. Yeah, did you ever see that documentary on Volkswagen? They had they have that Netflix series, Dirty Money, I think is what it's called, Dirty Money. And they had one about Volkswagen. I'm gonna go get my coffee, guys. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. What's up, James? What's up, brother? So, AKTX Akari Therapeutics announced expanded ophthalmology program based on positive emerging data on the LTB4C5 dual action in surface and back of the eye diseases. Float of 7.9 million. That was a tough one, but I powered through that one. What else do we have here? What's up, James? What's up, brother? What's up, man? Good morning. Thanks, man. Thanks, bro. James, my daughter's homesick too, bro. Does she have a sore throat, like a low grade fever, and and just overall kind of stuffy nose? Is that her symptoms? Because my daughter's been homesick all week. She's still home today. My son's back at school, but my daughter's still home. Yeah, man, it's going around. My son actually had this. I was out of town in Louisiana last weekend, and my son ran a low grade fever only for like a day though, and then my dad's girlfriend caught the same thing, and now she's at home missing work because she has a low grade fever and a sore throat. And now my daughter hasn't gone to school all week because she has like 100.5 temperature, sore throat, runny, stuffy nose. It's terrible, man. Yeah, brother, it's going around for sure, dude. It's going around for sure, man. And it's rough. I mean, I'm just glad I haven't caught it yet. Honestly, I'm surprised I haven't caught it yet. I haven't been sick. I was sick like 2.5 weeks ago. Kind of sick to where I felt kind of bad, but not really. But maybe my immune system's just better than everybody, you know? So I'm just better than everybody. Maybe that's it. All right, but yeah, slow volume day today, guys. Slow volume day. Not much action here. Not a ton of movement. TEUM popping up on the scanners here as well. Hey, thanks, bro. But yeah, check out TEUM. It's up on the scanners too. HPJ, very low volume for HPJ. We'll see what we get. You know, low volume though. Also, Grubhub gapping up some. Be custom. This is my first time here. What am I looking at? So you're looking at stock scanners. So all of these things are scanning for different stocks. For instance, the top or the left two kind of long vertical scanners here, the pink one and the green one, they're scanning for gap ups in pre-market. So the green one's scanning for gap ups and the red one's scanning for gap downs. Then the ones on the right, this one's just looking for stocks that are moving in pre-market. This one's the green one underneath it right here is looking at stocks that are breaking highs. And volume leaders is just showing you the overall volume leaders in the market. Kind of self-evident there. Yeah, bro. I don't know what's going on with the market. Cargo. I don't know what happened, bro. Nah, it's just scanners, man. It's not level 2. It's just scanners. But yeah, brother. Welcome, man. Just a really big level 2. Just a huge level 2, you know. All right. Well, honestly, my main watches today are Ford Motor Company. You can see Ford had good earnings yesterday, I believe, in after hours, and it's gapping up from 940 to 1009. And then RBZ. There's also a few other ones I'm passively watching, like AMD, Grub, SQ, Spy, Roku, ACB. So there's a few I'm watching, but we'll see what we get this morning, you know. ABIO. I can look at that one. It's just not my style. Low volume, not much action, not much movement. AKTX back down. Wow. Yeah, it had a nice push there with some volume for AKTX. Yeah, it's coming back down. I think a big level, let me see. This is an interesting level for it right here. Right here two-way at 414, 413, right around where it's at now. And so we'll see if it can hold that level right here for VKTX. I think that's the interesting level there. XOM. XOM, big gap down for ExxonMobil. Down from 82.22 to 80.20s. So down about $2. I've gotten screwed in VTL and BRX. And yesterday by the halt right when I was selling, need to recover today. Just be careful with that mindset, brother, because, you know, you don't want to have a revenge trade mindset. You know what I mean? That's usually when I get hurt the most, when I try to win back losses, you know. So just be careful, brother. It's a low volume day, not a lot of movement that I see right now. So just be careful, man. For sure. Yeah. Yeah, I got you, Ashton. Hold on one second, man. Right now I think I'm down like $370 or $330 roughly. 330 is what I'm down. So I have $239,668.17 is what I have in my account right now. Just the amount of stocks Daniel asked what indicates to me that it's a low volume day. But yeah, considering the size of my account, that's nothing. That's a very small loss overall. And it's really been kind of a break even 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And so I'm just kind of teetering break even right now, really. And so we'll see what happens. I got to just get the guts up to get some bigger sizing. And yeah, man. Yeah, Ashton, I upgraded a while ago. I have the pro account now, brother. The reason I upgraded is because I made a little bit of money, and not in my Tefs account, but I made a little bit of money working, and I had the money to do it, and I just wanted to give myself a reason to be able to use bigger sizing, and so I upgraded my account, a few weeks ago. Yeah, man. Yeah, I have the upgraded account, brother. It's a little bit too big for me, though. Like, with this account, I literally have I have 240K in buying power, and so it's just a ridiculous account. I also have a $12,000 max loss, and so yeah, I would think I would be able to have the guts to use bigger sizing, but you can tell I'm still kind of scared to use bigger sizing, and so it's a process, Yeah, man. I mean, it gives me enough room to not stress about it as much. I think it's 8515, Ashton. Yeah. Right. I mean, with my live accounts, I'm very protective over it. Like, I usually use small sizing almost to a fault where I use small sizing. And when I say small sizing, I do mean small sizing. I mean like 100 shares, 200 shares. And that's like my biggest fault as a trader. I had a guy yesterday. I went to the TradeNet trading room yesterday just to kind of see what they were looking at after the stream. And they had this dude there. His name was Troy. And he actually used to be in my stream. And he started to kind of criticize me about my trading, basically telling him that I'm not a profitable trader and that I shouldn't be streaming and doing all this stuff, right? But oh, I'm choking. but this is a dude that came to the stream. Like, this dude was in our stream, and Mitch and I actually kind of made fun of this guy because he was one of those dudes that just obviously lying about how much they're making. Like, he said he had like a $2,000 SureTrader account or something crazy. And then like a week later, he said he turned that 2,000 into like 60 or 70 grand. And he was just making these ridiculous claims. And Mitch and I would be like, look, like, we would tell everybody, like, don't listen to this dude. Like, this dude is one of those dudes that just kind of lies about how much he makes just because he thinks it makes him sound cool or something like that. And so that's kind of what's wrong with the trading world is that nobody tells the truth, like, regardless of whether I win or lose in my account, at least I'm being honest with people about it. Like, I'll show people my account balance. Like, I don't care enough about it to really worry about it. 'Cause like, my big thing is just transparency. And I think that the rest of the trading world needs to do that. I think they need to be honest with people, especially new traders. I think they need to be honest about specifically how hard trading is, because trading is ridiculously tough and it generally takes years to learn. And it's one of those things where people just need to be real about it. Like, I think a lot of gurus are worried, gurus and big educators are worried that if they're honest with people that they're going to lose all their students or that they're going to lose, all of their, status or whatever it is. But I think there's a reason that most people hide their account balance. And I think there's a reason that most people hide their profit and loss. And like I said, specifically their account balance, because there's no other reason to hide your account balance than if you're faking trades. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only reason you have to hide your account balance is if you're faking trades. And they'll try to justify it, but I just think people need to be honest with people about it. Am I saying that never happens for those who trade penny stocks? I mean, I think it happens. I think that most of penny stock trading is more so scalping. I think most of penny stock trading is scalping, and I think it's possible. But I think that for a new trader to just kind of jump in and start trading and then immediately just start running up their account 50 times what they had previously, that's just obviously not true. And I think that at a certain point, people need to be honest about it. Instead of trying to look cool, I think people just need to be honest about it, you know? Right, it's possible, just like winning the lottery is possible. I say that over and over again because that's the perfect analogy for it. It's possible, just like winning the lottery is possible. There are going to be outliers, there are going to be exceptions to that rule, but for most, it's just not going to be like that, and it's going to take years to learn, you know? No, and I'm not even talking about TradeNet. I'm talking about, I think Mir shows it. And the thing about Mir is that Mir actually streams live, right? It's kind of like what I do, you know? So it's like if you're streaming live, I can respect that. You know, I'm talking about this other guy who had no affiliation with TradeNet. It was this other guy that was just hanging out in the TradeNet chat room. But yeah, it wasn't actually TradeNet themselves. At least Mir streams his trades and calls out to his trades live, which most people won't do either. What's up, Richie? What's up, brother? Right. At least like I can't hate on somebody that streams their trades. You know, if you're gonna stream every day, I can't hate on you because people can see everything. It's just like me, right? It's like I stream live every day, and so that's the one exception. You know, like I stream live every day, and everybody can see everything, and so I can't hide anything if I wanted to. And I think Mir does the same thing, and so I can't hate on Mir for that. You know. Yeah, I got you, bro. So to put the VWAP on your chart, let me see if I can get this to where you can actually see it. You go to studies. So here, I'll pull this over really quick. You can go to studies, uh, add study, and then trend studies, VWAP, and then you go up to VWAP. Can you see that? So you go to add study, trend studies, VWAP. You click that there. And then you go to the upper band. You're going to have the upper and lower bands. And so you're going to go to edit study. And then you're going to go to upper band, show plot, lower band, show plot, and then apply. And that's it. You heard I was paper trading. I mean, my Thinkorswim is a simulation account. You can see it right there. But that's just because I paper trade AMD sometimes at the open. And I'm mostly using Thinkorswim for charts. When I'm actually trading, I use a live account. The Tef's demo accounts say demo on here, and you can see mine is a real account number. But yeah, look at AKTX. It bounced right at that spot two-way. Same exact spot we were talking about. This is my hit list PETX. Yeah, I like some of those. Specifically, TEUM doesn't look that bad. Like, TEUM doesn't look that bad. Hi, sir. Which is the best trading method in day trading? Please tell the indicator. Thank you. I mean, that's kind of a loaded question, brother. I like the VWAP. The VWAP is probably my favorite indicator. But it's kind of a loaded question, man. You know, that's going to be really subjective and all dependent on what's your trading style. BPMX, what's up, Ebro? What's up, man? I typed in Ebro here. This looks like a reverse split, right? This has got to be a reverse split. 1 to 10, right? Did somebody mention this one earlier? They said something about a 1 to 10 reverse split. Michael, what account balance did you start with on Tefts? I started with 14K, but I've since upgraded. The big thing you got to ask yourself, Michael, is that how long have you been trading? Like, that's the big thing I want to ask you, Michael, is the reason I say that is because, so whenever you first start to learn how to trade, your objective, your goal shouldn't be your objective, your goal shouldn't be to earn a living from it. At least when you first start. When you first start trading, you should spend months just learning how to trade. Okay. I mean, then you might be ready. I don't know. I would have the goal. I would just take it slow. Maybe, like I said, sometimes I do it possibly to a fault, to where I take it a little bit too slow. But it's up to you, man. But yeah, I mean, have you been profitable paper trading? No. No, I'm not. No, I'm not the Chris in the TradeNet chat room. I was in the TradeNet chat room yesterday, but I don't have any. I'm not. I don't like work at TradeNet or anything. All right, so Michael, brother, I want you to listen, man. You're recently profitable at least 4 or 5 days. I think that's way too small a sample size, brother. I think you want to be profitable in paper for at least, I don't know, months, 2 or 3 months. And then once you know it has some longevity, because sometimes the market can just be in your favor. You know, sometimes the market can be in your favor and sometimes the market can be against you. But I would take it very slow. And listen, like I said, I could post a TradeNet link and make a commission from you. But I'm still trying to be honest with you, bro. Like I'm not just trying to Like, I could just say, yeah, sign up through TradeNet. Here's my link. I could easily do that. But I'm trying to tell you to just take it slow. Maybe get a little bit larger sample size so you have the best chance of success. That's really what I'm trying to tell you. So just take it slow, man. It's up to you, brother. I don't know. It's up to you, brother. But just take it slow. That's the best advice I can give you, man. Yeah, my name's... Oh, you're talking about Chris right there. I know I heard about that, Bill. What's up with that, man? I heard about that when they were there. I heard Amir talking about it. What's going on with that? They're giving away a 240K demo account next week. Right. I mean, that's the big thing, man. And I think there's a difference. There's a big difference between trading with a live account and a paper account. And I do think you need to get used to trading with a live account. I think you have to have the understanding that you'll probably end up losing it regardless. But I also think that, I think it's good to, that's why I know I probably sound like a broken record and a shill for TradeNet, but that's why I actually think TradeNet is a good option for traders because you can take small sizing in TradeNet. And I won't even post my link right now just so you guys can see. I actually believe that. Because you can use small sizing in TradeNet, get the feel of trading with a live account, and take it slow. And I think that's one of the biggest benefits to using them. It kind of eliminates some of the risk. But like I said, I think regardless of who you choose, I think you just need to take it slow. And use small size. Try to slowly scale up to bigger sizing. BBBY popping up on the scanners too here. Not too much action there. When's Uber IPOing here, guys? When's Uber's IPO? Yeah, RHE is moving really nicely. RHE is moving pretty nice here. May 9th? Man, that's a little bit later than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be this month. All right, guys. Well, we got a little bit over 5 minutes left until the open. A little bit over 5 minutes. Yeah, I think Two-Way posted RHE's news this morning. Let me see if I can find it. No, I don't think anybody posted RHE's news. I'll look it up. Hold on. Let me find that for you. I mean, I'm not seeing anything for it, really. Let me know if you see what's going on with RHE. Yeah, I can't see anything for it. I'm not sure what's going on with that one. Oh, it's a runner from yesterday. No news. Previous runner from this week. Alright. Well, let's get everything ready here. All right, guys, we got 4 minutes, guys. 4 minutes. Hey, appreciate the sub, brother. Welcome, man, Mister. What's up, Chris? What's up, Tom? Welcome, guys. Hey, if it's your first time here, hit that subscribe button. We day trade live on stream every weekday morning, starting at 8:15 market time. So we day trade live every weekday morning. And so hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Also, guys, join our free day trading Discord. My goal with this Discord is to create a free day trading chat room. And so if you want to be part of our public Discord, it's completely free. And you want to be a part of our, day trading chat that we're trying to build here, go check out this link. It's the Discord link. Go check it out. Join us here. All right, James, have a good one, brother. Have a good one, James. Later, brother. Hope your daughter feels better, man. Hey, nobody spoil the movie for me, man. Don't tell me what happens. I don't want to hear what happens in Avengers. I will ban you, All right, guys, we got about 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Thanks, James. Appreciate it, bro. All right, guys, we got a little bit less than 2 minutes. I think maybe I had a stop loss set for AMD. I was panicking about it yesterday. I thought I was in it already. I thought I held it overnight. I know they hit you with an overnight fee too, so it's probably a good thing, but all right, guys, we got about a minute left, about 1 minute. Welcome to all the new people in the Discord. All right, guys, 1 minute. Let's do it. Is AMD still hard to borrow? All right, 10 seconds, guys. 10 seconds. Good luck. There's the bell. Let's do it. Log in one more time. There we go. All right, let's see if AMD is still hard to borrow here for paper. Yep, still hard to borrow. We got RHE spiking up here. Watching AMD, big washout here on AMD, big drop. It's actually a bad thing. I'm kind of bummed out I didn't hold it because I was short with 27.74, and so I thought I was stuck in it. I didn't actually catch it until after the bell, so I might not have been. But now I'm wishing I was now. All right, so we get a little bit of a drop at the SPY at the open. We have We got Ford spiking up some. Grub spiking up some. Roku dropping. SPY kind of moving up a little bit here. We got AMD bouncing back. Maybe we'll get the red to green move here. Teva moving. Yeah, Mitch likes Teva. That's one of Mitch's favorite stocks. We got CGC spiking up. Look at CGC and Cron. So the cannabis sector is moving. So CGC, Cron. Just to show you, CGC, big move up. Big spike on CGC here. Gonna look for the moving average crossover play on this one. It's been a while since I traded the moving average crossover, but like I said, it's just a paper trade. Nice little red to green move there for AMD, though. It might be a little bit too late. I don't want to get caught in the subsequent washout here, though. So I'm going to wait for it. But yeah, CGC, big spike. SQ, big drop. I'll look for SQ for a fade if the VWAP can drop some. Roku sideways. The SPY is trying to break highs. Yeah, I'm watching AMD for sure. There's the moving average crossover fill. I just got filled on the moving average crossover, but it's just a paper trade. Risk is roughly 15 cents. I guess I could probably use that previous high as my risk on this one. Right around 66 or 67. Well, I'm out of that one. Oh no, I just bought. Well, now it's the time when I'm glad it's just a paper trade. I'm going to focus on other stuff and just get out of the paper trade. That would have been a failed moving average crossover. $65 loss, though. Just paper on that one, though. Now I'm looking for my live account. I can look for SQ here. SQ. But yeah, CGC cannabis plays really moving up. I'm going to take these moving averages off now so I can actually look at the VWAP. I really don't mind SQ now at this point, though. If it can get back up there. Also, Roku doesn't look terrible either. Alright, if we get in at 92 for SQ, we can use roughly 0.8 as our risk right here. And then try to get maybe 60 as our reward. So our risk would be like 17 cents. Our reward would be 33 cents if it can get up there, though. Big if. I'm also looking at Roku here. CGC really moving up here if you're a long trader. Look at CGC go. That one's spiking up big here. Maybe ACB had news. Maybe that's what's dragging the cannabis sector up because CGC went crazy. Look at CGC. CGC absolutely ripped this morning. Huge gain for it. Huge move, really, for CGC. SPY starting to look a little bit stronger here, and SQ ended up fading before I could really get into it. Just faded a little bit early. Still looking at Roku. I don't mind a O2 risk area there from 80 to O2. So about 25 cent risk, and then from 80 down to 81 down to 36, 37 would be almost 2 to 1, just about 2 to 1. Not looking as good, though, with the VWAP dropping like this. SPY looking weak, though. SPY is looking weak. That would have been the move for Roku. Really considering Roku here. Maybe a little bit too late. SPY just ripping down. I limited into it. Man, I tried to get in at 80. I like this move here, but I don't know if it's going to give me my entry again. I tried to get in at 80, but it was a limit order. I didn't get filled. I needed to get up here to 80 at least if I'm going to jump back in this one. But the SPY would have been great for that one at that point. Let's see if we can get up there. It might be too late. I tried, guys. I tried. Yep, there it goes. Beautiful move, too. Completely missed it. Tried to get in up at around 70 or 80 up here. And I just missed my entry. Now it's already followed through, unfortunately. That was the play, though. Disappointing. But still looking at Grub. If Grub can pull back to the VWAP, I'll consider that one. Maybe, yeah, look at that beautiful follow through for Roku. That's the one I missed. It was really pretty, but I just missed it. SPY followed through nicely too. And the only thing I have to look out for now is if the SPY... Hey, nice grand. Congrats, brother. Nice work, man. But yeah, the only thing I have to look out for is if the SPY starts to pull back now. You know, the SPY's down a lot. Red day on the SPY. But I just have to worry about what the SPY does now. If the SPY starts to climb back. But yeah, you can see here, I was watching this when I tried to get in right around here. And unfortunately, it just didn't work out. Another interesting one, though, is SQ. Like, I could use this 72.80 level as my risk right here if I get in at 60. And that'll give me good risk reward as well. But like I said, I don't really want to get caught in the SPY pulling up some. Because the SPY's been dropping, and so the SPY could start to run up now. Yeah, actually, MU looks good. I like MU with a 50 risk. That's pretty decent. I might actually get an MU. It just depends. I haven't traded MU in a while. Let me see. Big red day yesterday for MU. Let's look at the daily chart. I think that's going to be the big teller. Just worried it's a little extended on the downside. That's my only fear. I like the risk reward though. I'm also looking at SQ. I could have a 30 cent risk or so. And then 71.80 is my reward target. I don't hate that, but the SPY's pulling up, and I'm not going to jump in anything and make that mistake again unless I'm going to wait for the SPY to pull back down now. The SPY's starting to run up. I really don't want to get caught in the SPY squeezing up like it has for every day in the last week or so. Like if you look at the SPY here, I don't want to get caught in it squeezing up here and then let that affect specifically Roku and SQ. Those are the ones I'm really the more worried about because it's done that almost every single day. See, it pulls back to the VWAP and then squeezes up. I just don't want to get caught in that. Alright, here's the SPY pulling up, like I said. That's the worrisome part. And yeah, and here's Roku. Glad I didn't try to jump back in there. But yeah, we're just seeing the SPY run up. Roku's following it. I'm starting to like Grub more. If Grub can pull up to 74.50, I'll consider it. But I'm just trying to have the patience for this one. RBZ, what's up, outsiders? Yeah, definitely possible. I mean, it's up a ton in the last few days, probably getting pumped up. While I'm sitting here waiting, guys, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I day trade live on stream every weekday, and so hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, if you want to join us watching me trade live again. But yeah, at this point, I'm just patiently waiting for stuff. Haven't gotten anything in my live account, and so I'm just kind of waiting to see what we can find here. Depending on what the SPY does is kind of what my plan of action is going to be for the day. SPY dropping some. So yeah, like I said, I'm watching Grub SQ now, and that's about it. Grub and SQ is what I'm watching. Kron is up. CGC big green day so far. I really like SQ with this type of trade right here. If you can see SQ, let me clear this out so you can really see what I'm seeing here with it. I like SQ with a risk of 72.50. It's just a tight risk area, and then a reward level from 20 down to roughly 50, honestly. So right here, 55, I guess. And so that is a 30-cent risk and then a 70-cent reward. So better than 2 to 1 for SQ if it can get up to 72.20. I'll take a swing at it if it can get up there. It's just good risk, tight risk, decent reward. I also like Grub. Same kind of type of play here. From 74 to 75, so my risk would be about $1, and then my reward would be from 74 down to at least 72, and so $2 reward. So just using the whole dollar there to calculate quick risk reward with it. So 2 to 1 for that one as well. I don't hate that either. The big thing is just to see if any of these actually get up there or not. Yeah, HEXO looks good. Nice two-way. Nice work, brother. All right, I'm just kind of patiently waiting for some of these. I'm going to have good risk reward even if the VWAP drops some. CGC's breaking highs. Roku's squeezing up as well. And the SPY is kind of consolidating in a little bit of a range in between 291.80 and 291.60. It's got a little bit of a range there on the SPY. So yeah, looking at Grub and SQ here. I don't hate Grub. Like I said, though, I'm really watching the SPY here. With these high cap stocks, they follow the SPY a lot of the time. And so that's what I'm looking at. We'll see if we can actually get some play here with some of these. Yeah, man. I do that all the time. I did that just now in my paper trade this morning. Andrew, it happens, brother. It happens, man. All right, well, waiting for some of these VWAP plays here, if they can pull up some. But if not, I'm just going to have to move on. Like I said, I want to see SQ get up to here, at least right there. So I can take it with good risk reward, but we'll see if we get it or not. Risk would be about 35 cents. Thoughts on RHE? Typical gap fail. Just broke the low. Looks weak. I think a big resistance level is 250. See if it can hold. Underneath 250. If I was in it short, I'd probably pick a reward target of the previous day's close if I could, as like my ideal reward target at like $1.70. That's kind of what I would do with it, but all right. Well, SQ's getting a little bit better here. It's a little bit closer to my entry. All right, I just got in with 150 shares there. And I'll look to add maybe another 100, depending on what it does right here, but roughly 150 shares. Here's 99. We'll see if we can get a washout here for SQ. Doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look great either. Just getting prepared to take some profits if it drops. Yeah, we'll see what happens, man. Just letting it sit here. I want to see 72 hold, but my exit is the half dollar at 72.50 or so. So I'm risking 70, 80 bucks on the trade, but that's okay. I'm just going to try to let it work, see what happens, give it that shot. There's a nice drop. I'm going to cover some of my position here. And so now I'm holding 100 just to bank some profit on it and see if I can ride the rest down. Like I said, 71.50 is the goal for it. Here's 85s. We'll give it a little bit more time. Nice little drop here for me. Gonna go ahead and take another half off there. I'm just gonna let this last little bit work just in case it can break the lows. And I'm gonna try to let the rest break the lows if it can. See if it can break down to 71.50 or so. It's kind of the next step in it, at least. We'll see if we can get it. If not, I've protected myself enough for it to not turn into a losing trade at the very least. So we'll see. See if we get that low of the day break is what I really want to see here. There's 74s. I want to see that 71.50 break. That's the ideal scenario here. We'll see if we get it. Beautiful fade though. Perfect fade thus far. Like I said, let's see if we get that half dollar break. That's what I want to see at 71.50 or so, roughly right around the lows of the day. It may bounce back, but I've taken enough profits to be pretty safe in it. I just want to see if it can break those lows at 71.50. That's the goal. At least get down to 71.50. I'll probably take some profits if it can. All right, I just took the rest off for a $43 gain. That was my reward target. That's where I exited. I could break the lows here, and I could miss out on a much bigger gain. And so I think I took that first profit a little bit too early. But it followed through nicely. I just didn't feel like holding it through the bounce. But yeah, ideally, I would have liked to held that 50 shares to let this test. I probably took that first profit a little bit too early. But at least I could recognize it. It's just a process. How this week has been, I just wanted to get out and be green. SPY followed through really nicely for this one. Beautiful fade though on SQ. Really nice fade there. AMD's fading. AMD is fading nicely. I really like that one too, because you can use this level as your risk, right? If you extend it to the left, you want to see how I kind of calculate risk. Look at this right here. You got all this resistance above it right here. And so I like that 27.60. It also makes it really easy to calculate. It's like 25 cents. And then from 45 5 down to like 27.10. Maybe not the best risk reward. No, actually, that's really good risk reward. Yeah, this is 15 cents. And then from 44 down to really about 27.10 is 34 cents. So better than 2 to 1 for AMD there. And yeah, here goes the drop in SQ. I mean, I took most of the move there. I can't be too upset with myself over it. But I think I sold that first partial a little bit too early. Okay, so my thoughts on the broker I will use for my new small account is going to be TD Ameritrade, so Thinkorswim. My thinking is that I'm only going to trade 2 days a week and no platform fees. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I like Thinkorswim. Sometimes they don't have the greatest fills two-way, but they're not bad. Here, I got some videos for me trading on them. Some older videos two-way if you want to see those, bro. Yeah, maybe should have held on to that last little bit of shares here. But green is good. I'll take green. But yeah, I got some old videos for me trading on there. I used to trade on there a decent amount two-way. Not a bad broker. My favorite platform by far. Yeah, for sure. And also the fees are going to be pretty high two-way on a SureTrader or CME Group or CM Elite Group. Yeah, the fees are just going to be higher. I think we're talking about platform fees. So like TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim doesn't have high platform fees. As for trading, I think you can kind of haggle with Thinkorswim a little bit. I think when I traded with them, it was $14 for a round trip, so around $7 per trade, $14 per round trip. I think it was like $6.95 per trade. And that's about normal. I mean, that's kind of what most brokers charge. Like SureTrader is like a little bit higher. And so, I mean, that's roughly around normal. But there's no platform fees. And so you don't have to pay for your platform fee every month. Right. That's what I was saying, Chase. You can kind of haggle with Thinkorswim a little bit. They'll bargain with you. Inconsistent with what? Phil's? Yeah, for sure. You can kind of bargain with them a little bit with fees. At least that's what I've heard. I never did when I traded with them. Here, I'll try to find a video. I might have an old video of. Or I know I have some old videos of me trading on Thinkorswim. Let me see. Yeah, here's an old video of me trading on there. There's an old video of me trading on there. That's back when I traded more momentum style. And so yeah, I got in Square right around here. Yeah, right around there. And I sold right around here. So not a bad trade. That's kind of my trade for the day. We'll see what else happens today, but for now, that's what I got. AMD, beautiful fade, though. Beautiful follow-through, too. And like I said, here's the big thing, guys. And this is later, 2A. Have a good day, brother. This is the big thing that people need to understand about the VWAP fade, at least. Like, I've been trading the VWAP fade for so long that I kind of understand the little nuances behind it and when it works the best. The VWAP fade easily works the best when the SPY's dropping like this. I mean, it might sound self-evident that short plays work better when the market is weak, but it's something that a lot of traders don't watch. Like, I didn't want to take any short position around here because I didn't want to get stuck in a red to green move. But, like, for instance, yesterday, VWAP fade failed. The market turned pretty bullish yesterday. And then if you look at the previous days, break even, bullish, break even, bullish, break even, bullish. So there hasn't been a really weak market day in a while. And, today the market looks pretty weak. It's been dropping all morning. And then, the fade ends up working well. And so it's a good lesson in watching the overall market, not ignoring the overall market and using that as an indicator in your trade as well. Makes sense. SPY pulling back, though. The SPY is running up some, so we could see some of these reversing. See, there goes AMD starting to push up with the SPY. We see SQ probably doing the same, right? Let me see. Yeah, SQ doing the same. And so this is a big level. SPY quickly reversed here, and now AMD's back up there. I mean, you could get into another VWAP fade on AMD with a risk of this previous high now at 27.50 or so for like 10 cents. It's good risk reward, but if the SPY breaks this high right here and the SPY starts to run, AMD's almost guaranteed to run as well. But it was good risk reward regardless of any of that. Oh, for sure. 100%, Mitch. SPY getting rejected. So, I mean, like I said, this is pretty good risk reward, all things considered, with AMD, right? I mean, even right here, you get 20-cent risk, about 20-cent reward, but right here it was really good. If it got up to 27.40, you got about 10 cents there. And then you got at least from 40 down to like 27.05, 27.10. And so at least 3 to 1 if it was up here, but it barely, it got up to 35. It's still good. And so, yeah, we'll see what happens, but appreciate it, Mitch. Yeah, man, SQ is a beautiful setup, really. And like I said, it kind of goes to show how significant the market plays, how significant the market is with these type of short plays. Ideally they work the best. It sounds obvious, but ideally they work the best when the market is weak. And sometimes stocks will follow the market a little bit better than other days. All right, well, like I said, guys, I mean, if for everybody around here that's just sticking around to watch me trade, I'm probably done for the day. I'm probably not going to trade anymore, and so, just to be real, I'm probably not going to trade again today. I'm just going to end this. I'm going to finish the week green, happily finish the week green, and take my green trade, especially considering how this previous week has been. Nice, Mateo. Nice job, brother. Congrats, man. Man. But yeah, for all my fellow programmers out there, I've been learning React, the JavaScript React library, and man, it is tough. It's fun though, but it is tough. I've been learning React and JSX. JSX. Super interesting, but very tough to learn. If we have any fellow programmers out there, we can swap. I can show you how I day trade, and you can show me how you program, and we can teach each other. Call it a swap. We can call it a swap. Anybody wants to help me with learning React or JavaScript in general, I'll show people how I do VWAP fades. Yeah, Mateo, green is good, brother. Nice work, man. Hey, I mean, I think it's a good deal, Scott. You know what I'm saying? Like, people can learn from me as a trader, and they can teach me how to program. I mean, I already know JavaScript. I taught myself JavaScript the last 3 months. It was super fun. I know vanilla JavaScript is what they call it. But now I'm learning the React library, and it's substantially more difficult to learn. Would I trade forward with a scalp with volume? Yeah. I mean, I don't know about right now, but it looks like it has enough volume to scalp it, breaking highs maybe. At this point in the day, it looks like it's a better dip buy stock. Like, these dip buys would have worked out really well here and here. And so that's kind of what I'm seeing, more so with the tight risk maybe. But yeah, dip buys seem to be working the best at this point. AMD's also back at the VWAP. It depends on what the SPY does here, but AMD doesn't look terrible. And so yeah, like I said, I'm probably done trading. If y'all want to stick around and BS, we could talk about stuff. How about Game of Thrones, guys? How many people do y'all think are gonna die next week in Game of Thrones? Yeah, no stress. Scapion. Like I said, I don't want people sticking around thinking I'm gonna trade again when I'm probably not. RHE? Yeah, I got you, Scott. Let me look. Breakout forming at the VWAP with that 3 bounce move. I can't remember the name. The rule of 3 is what you're talking about, right? And basically, the rule of 3, Scott, is Mitch can probably explain it better, but you could even use the VWAP as this top here. And so the rule of 3 is up 1, down 1, up 2, down 2, up 3, down 3. And so it's possible. It's one of those ones where I don't necessarily like to trade this VWAP fade, and so it might break out on the upside. This is Mitch. Mitch is more the expert with this style of strategy, and so I don't want to give you the wrong answer. If Mitch is here, maybe he. I know Mitch is in the chat, but it looks like the rule of 3, and basically it looks like a triangle-ish setup. You know, I don't know. Depending, like the difference between a triangle and like a pennant or a flag or a wedge is that they have poles, right? Triangles don't necessarily have poles to them. Like a pennant and a flag and a wedge, they're all going to have poles to them, where a triangle does not. And so that's the big differentiating factor between the 3. And so in this case, it looks similar to a triangle. I don't necessarily see a pole there, but I just think that when it's under the VWAP, it's still technically in a downward intraday trend. And so for me, I don't necessarily trust it, but I don't know. Like I said, this is kind of Mitch's strategy, the rule of 3. And Mitch and I trade a little bit differently, but I could see it there. But like I said, I just don't want to give you the wrong answer with this one, brother. The rule of 3 is just a consolidation breakout pattern. And so, like I said, up 1, down 1, up 2, down 2, up 3, down 3, and then usually with the rule of 3, we see a breakout like that. It's just a triangle breakout pattern, consolidation breakout pattern, really. You think Melisandre's going to defeat the Night King? Honestly, I thought about that yesterday. Because she didn't die. She actually didn't die, and so they didn't kill her off for a reason. If they wanted her to leave the show, they would have killed her off somehow, right? But instead, she's still alive. You don't know what's going to happen. I think she's going to probably do something. I think she's going to save the day in some way or another and redeem herself for being a terrible person, and then save the day somehow, and then probably die somehow, is what I think. Yeah, for sure, man. I'm excited, bro. I'm excited, man. Game of Thrones is the most epic TV show there's ever been, for sure. I don't know, man. I think that she might survive. I think that the Night King isn't going to. I think the Night King is going to be the main boss, right? And so I think the Night King is going to outlast Cersei and all that nonsense. And then the Night King's going to be like the final boss, is what I think. Yeah, I mean, both of them have kind of hit their character arc. Jaime, Brienne, um, we'll see. It's just good writing. Game of Thrones is just good writing because they make you hate Jaime, But now you kind of like Jamie. You know what I mean? Like, you hated him at first, but now he's cool. You know what I mean? He like he redeemed himself, and now he's like a cool guy, and you want him to live. But like, it's just good writing. Do I trade slow-moving stocks because I'm scared of futures? Yes. Is that the answer you want? I don't know, man. I've just never traded futures. I don't trade crypto either. From everything I've heard about futures, it is kind of like a coin flip with whether you're actually going to win or lose. You know? But I don't know. Never traded it. Can't really say whether it's good or bad. That's cool, Philip. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think here's the thing. I think that what's her face is not going to be the king or the queen. I think that man, blonde-haired girl, Targaryen. I can't remember her name. Uh, Man, I can't think of her name. Khaleesi, whatever you want to call her. Can't think of her name. Anyways, I think she is not going to be queen because I think she is just like her dad, which is like crazy, you know what I mean? And that her dad was the Mad King, and that she's like burning people and like killing people, and that it's just not going to be a good queen. And so I think she's probably going to die, and then Jon Snow is going to take her dragons to try to defeat the Night King. Daenerys, yeah, there you go, Daenerys. And I think Jon Snow is going to take her dragons and try to defeat the Night King. I think. You know. But just because I don't think she alone can be queen, because it's either that or Jon Snow saves Daenerys and she realizes that she has to be good, and his dying wish is that she's good, and that she turns away from being like her dad and saves the world. That could also possibly happen. I think Melisandre is going to heal the Night King, and then everyone is going to march down to Westeros and kill Cersei. That would be cool. Like, what if like the White Walkers like weren't bad dudes? Like, what if they just weren't bad people, and like them and like Jon Snow and Daenerys, they like, you know, became chill with each other, and then all of them went down to get Cersei. That'd be cool too. I'd be for that. What I really think is going to happen though is I think that the Ironborn army is going to be heading north to try to get Jon Snow's army, and during that process the Night King is going to surprise them and start like hurting all of them, and then Daenerys is going to save the day, and that's going to turn the Ironborn army against Cersei, and then they are all going to go down and get Cersei, is what I think is going to happen. Like, wouldn't that make sense if that happened? Like, the Ironborn, they're going up north to Winterfell to, like, get Jon Snow and Daenerys, but then they get attacked by the White Walkers, and then Daenerys and her dragons save the Ironborn army, and then they pledge their allegiance to Daenerys and Jon Snow, and then they all go get Cersei. Like, that would make sense. I could see that happen, right? Right, the Golding Company. My bad, man. My bad, bro. Look, I can't remember all the names. It's been 2 years, man. They made us wait 2 years in order to, watch the show again. And so it's been 2 years. I'm a little rusty on everybody's names here, obviously. But yeah, somebody come in here, they're going to think I'm like the nerdiest dude ever. And that's probably true. I'm talking about programming, day trading, and Game of Thrones. I'm talking about coding, Game of Thrones, and day trading. I'm like the nerdiest dude ever. But yeah, the Golden Company is what I mean. I think they're gonna come up north, get attacked by the White Walkers, and Daenerys is gonna save them, and then they're gonna be on Team Daenerys, and then they're gonna go get Cersei, and they're gonna like turn them against Cersei. I know Cersei's got to die though. I know Cersei's got to die. Talk about VWAP. What about it, man? What do you want me to say about it, man? VWAP is an intraday trend indicator. And so it tells you what intraday trends, specifically like daily trends, not daily like long term, like the intraday chart, the market hours trend. So stock underneath the VWAP, it's in a downward intraday trend. Stock above this, it's in an upward intraday trend. If the stock is just crossing back and forth over the VWAP, it's in kind of a neutral trend. And usually that occurs when the volume's a little bit lower. There you go. Talked about it. 2 years or so, with some breaks in between. 2 years or so. Right. I mean, yeah, it's the volume weighted average price. I mean, that's the name for it. But what you really want to understand is that it's just a trend indicator. Like if you go to studies and you add it to your chart, you go under trend studies. It's underneath trend studies because it's a intraday trend indicator. Because if you look at it on like a daily chart, like a long-term chart, it's just not going to be useful at all. And so it's just an intraday trend indicator. Cron, really nice VWAP bounce here. And that's why I say like VWAP bounces and VWAP fades are both just confirmations in the trend, right? So when you see a stock move up and then bounce directly off of the VWAP, it's basically confirming that upward trend. Same thing with VWAP fades. When you see a stock go down and then pull back up to the VWAP and then bounce right off of it on the downside, then it's confirming that downward trend like this. And that move is confirming that downward trend, and it's staying in a downward intraday trend, if that makes sense. Do they have any UFC fights this weekend? Let me see. I think they do, right? They do. They do have some UFC fights this weekend. They got honestly, it's a pretty good card. Honestly, yeah, it's a pretty good card. It's tomorrow, but it's Jacare Souza versus Jack Hermanson, Gregory Hardy versus Dmitry Smoliakov, Alex Oliveira versus Mike Perry, Glover Teixeira versus Ion Cutelaba, John Lineker, Corey Sandhagen. Honestly, a pretty good card. Ben Saunders, Carlo Esparza, Andre Arlovsky's fighting, Gilbert Burns, Jim Miller is fighting, Angela Hill, Court McGee, Diego Lima. Honestly, that's a pretty good card, all things considered. Pretty good card, for a free card. This is a free card right on ESPN Plus. Yeah, so it's a pretty decent card, honestly. I'm guessing it's a Brazilian card because most of the mains are Brazilian. Yeah, maybe I should have taken this AMD trade. Like I said, it was right here at I like this 40 entry because I mean you could essentially use this 51 risk. So your risk is like 11 cents, 12 cents, and then your reward target is at least down to like 27.10. So you have 3 to 1 there. Pretty good risk reward. I'm not gonna trade just because somebody wants me to trade. You know, I'm probably not gonna. Like I said, I'm probably not gonna trade anymore today. Um, I'm probably just gonna hang out. You know, it's kind of a low volume day. I'm not gonna give up any of the gains I made. I'm just gonna take my green day and close it down. So yeah, you're open to trade it, brother. That's all you, man. But I'm probably not trading again. But yeah, I guess I'll probably go ahead and close it down. If anybody's interested in joining the same broker that Mitch and I are using, you know, one of the ways I can use such small sizing is because on TradeNet's funded account program with TEFs, commissions are 0.006 cents per share. And so commissions are pretty cheap, all things considered. Like I said, if I use less than 300 shares, my commissions for a complete round trip are like $4 total. And so ridiculously cheap if you use small sizing. Also, with their base package, the intro package, it comes with 14,000 in buying power to trade with. And so you can trade with 14K in buying power. And the cool thing is that there's no PDT rule, and so you can day trade as much as you want without having to worry about being restricted by the PDT rule. There is a $700 max loss, and so, you know, you pay. It's currently on sale for $399, the intro package. So you essentially pay $400 and you get $700 to lose with 14,000 in buying power and no PDT rule. And commissions are pretty cheap as well, so you can kind of take the time to learn how to trade. And like I said, I think most new traders are going to lose their first account. It's just kind of what happens. Most new traders are going to lose their first account. And so I think with TradeNet, it gives you a little bit cheaper option, allows you to eliminate some of that risk. Instead of depositing a few $1,000s into a regular broker, you can eliminate some of that risk and really take the time to learn how to trade the market. You know, you're only risking the $400 that you're paying for the package. And the package also comes with a lot of other cool stuff like TradeNet's trading course, a month of their trading chat room, and you also get a free month of our classes as well if you sign up through my link. And so if anybody's interested in checking that out, like I said, it makes sense if you think about it. And, you know, there's just a lot of benefits to doing it. A decent platform as well. There's the link. You can go check that out. There's the link. It says to get the intro package for $399. Check that out. Hey, John, I forgot. How much is the price for the trades on TradeNet? 0.006 cents per share. Plus ECN fees. So really it's roughly like $4, $4.50 if you use like 300 shares or less. Commissions are like $4, $4.50 maybe. It just depends. It's 0.006 cents. It's right there just so you can see it. Yeah, no worries, John Carlo. No worries, brother. Also, go check out Trade Ideas. Trade Ideas is cool enough to let me stream their scans every day. And so I'll post this link here if you want to go check out Trade Ideas. Like I said, you can see these scanners here alerting me on all the different stocks that are moving. You know, that's the big thing here. Let me see, RHE. Yeah, I mean, it just ended up being a VWAP fade for RHE. But yeah, so Trade Ideas, go check them out. Really cool company, super dynamic and customizable. Scanners, allows you to do a lot of different stuff on it. There's the link if you're interested in checking that out. And yeah, that's probably it. Is another evil indeed? What do you mean, John Carlo? No, Trade Ideas is not free. But I think they have like a trial period. Just reach out to them, check it out, reach out to them. I think they have a trial period, but I'm not 100% sure. I pay roughly $120 a month for Trade Ideas. Roughly $120. Yeah, that's the standard. They also have a different package. It's like the Holly package. But like I said, it's super right, but it's super customizable scanners. And it's super like it's real-time scanners, and you can build your own scanners. Like I can build my own alert window, my own top list. And so it's super customizable is what they are. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. Also, go check out our website. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's kind of a necessary evil with most of the overseas brokers, Giancarlo. It's just kind of one of those things where, people hate on TradeNet and people hate on SureTrader, but it's one of those things that for a new trader that wants to get around the PDT rule, there's no other options. And I think TradeNet's the better one, but I understand SureTrader as well. SureTrader's probably better for maybe penny stocks, but I think TradeNet is a little bit cheaper. But yeah, I mean, I think it's just kind of one of those things that traders are going to have to deal with if they want to day trade with less than 25K. Is it better than Equity Feed? I'm not sure. I've never used Equity Feed. So yeah, I've never used it. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. Like I said, go check out our website if you haven't already. We got a lot of free content on there. I'll post the link if anybody wants to go check it out. We got a lot of free content. We got a strategy section. We got a lot of cool stuff on our website. So go check it out. And good luck for the rest of the day, guys. I'll see you all a little bit later.